Stock market and SoFi investors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. In today's video, I want to discuss a question that's been posed a lot in the SoFi community. Is SoFi stock a millionaire maker? That's a huge question. A lot of that determines on when you actually got in. But if you buy right now in that $25 range, can it potentially make you a millionaire? We're going to go over where the stock sits right now and where it could potentially go and figure out, is the stock an actual millionaire maker? I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm always going over the SoFi news cycle, right? And today, this morning, across my desk, the Motley Fool came out with an article, is SoFi stock a millionaire maker? They give their opinion. I'm going to go over this article with you guys, give you my thoughts on their thoughts, and actually, if it's possible, if SoFi can it make you a millionaire, and if it is, how you could potentially get there. Let's get into the video. All right, stock market investors, before we get into the video, do me a huge solid, smash that like button. It does help us get into YouTube's algorithm. And if you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel. SoFi's been doing pretty good, man, over the last few months. Faux show. Pretty flat day today, but over the last month, we're up around 16%. Last 6 months, crushing it, up over 132%. And year to date, we're up 83%. Over the past year, up 266%. We're absolutely crushing it. Now, let's move on to this article from this morning. Is SoFi stock a millionaire maker? Some of the key points the author, Chris Niger, posted: SoFi's earnings soared 700% in Q2. Its membership growth has also been notable, increasing at 34% in the quarter, but maintaining impressive results could be harder if the economy begins to slow down. No shit, dude. That was a pretty obvious statement there, but he's not wrong in that statement, no matter how obvious it is, right? So, unemployment has ticked up to 4.3%. That's not great. Jobs growth has definitely slowed down, and we are losing some jobs in Trump's tariff economy, right? Something we definitely have to keep in consideration when we're making investments, right? This business is just doing really, really well. And like they said, it's appealing to a younger generation. The stock to surge more than 300% in just 3 years. Can we maintain this momentum as the years go forward? Even though the economy is slowing down, there are some arguments on the flip side. With rates coming down, it's going to be a very good environment for SoFi's business model, in my opinion. SoFi is on fire right now. On the latest earnings call, SoFi CEO Anthony highlighted how cost-effective the company customer acquisitions can be. They can acquire new members for as little as $15, guys. That's great, considering they'll make way more than that if you get one of their products, right? High yield savings account, personal loans, mortgages, you name it, student loans, it does a little bit of everything. The results do speak for themselves, right? Q2 highlights. Total sales rose 44% year over year to $858 million. Boom! Non-GAAP earnings spiked 700% to 8 cents per share. Fee-based revenue, which is huge in a bad economy, right? That's reoccurring revenue that might not shift with a downgrade in the U.S. economy, right? Up 72% to $378 million. 850,000 new members were added, 34% year over year, giving them right around 12 million members for SoFi, right? So these are all great things, right? They did boost guidance. Revenue estimated to be about $3.38 billion. Net income around $370 million, up from $3.27 billion and $3.25 million respectively, right? So, why SoFi stock likely isn't a millionaire maker? This is their argument in this particular article. Despite everything that's working for SoFi right now, hurdles remain that could keep the stock from putting up the same returns experience. This little argument that they pose, I don't agree with. Consider that SoFi faces competition on multiple fronts: traditional banks with overlapping services, tech giants like Apple, Robinhood, and PayPal. None of those companies have a bank charter. And what SoFi is going after is legacy banking customers. They're not necessarily going after Apple, Robinhood, and PayPal customers, right? They want to acquire customers from Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citigroup that pay next to nothing in a savings account and really offer no real benefits for banking with those companies, right? Robinhood is in my opinion, a crypto related play. As crypto begins to slow down and regress and scale down a little bit, crypto always goes in cycles. And I think Robinhood stock will be a high flyer when crypto is flying and then going to sell off like a MF once crypto goes under, 100K. It's already down to 112, and 100K isn't out of the realm of possibility, right? And Apple and PayPal, I'm not worried about them really at all, right? So, what's more, SoFi impressive gains have come at a time when optimism in the market is sky high. Very, very true point. I do agree with that. And if sentiment shifts, right, we could see the stock go from 25 to 20 to 18, maybe back even down to $15. But that is the opportunity you want for SoFi to make you a millionaire, right? If you're buying at 25, it's really, really hard to become a millionaire, and I'm going to show you why. So right now, this is the top banks in America, in the world, right? I compare them very similarly to a bank like Citigroup. Right now, their market cap, $179 billion. Right? Say 180 for argument's sake. SoFi's is at 30 billion. So SoFi would need to grow by 6 times to be at the similar market cap of Citigroup, right? So 6x from $25 would give you $150 stock price. You would need around 160 grand and change in SoFi stock to make you a millionaire if we eventually get to the size of Citigroup, which could take years, right? To get up to that market cap and do the business that Citigroup is currently doing. Right now, Citigroup's price to sales is 2.17, traditional bank price to sales ratio. SoFi is closing in on 10, right? So where is SoFi going to be valued in a future market? Will it be in the 3s or 4s, somewhere like a traditional bank, or will it be 6 or 7? I think 10 is not conceivable to be a price to sales ratio for much longer, right? It's trading very, very rich, right? 3.5, 5, 7, that seems a little more reasonable in my opinion, right? So if you take a look at SoFi stock, you can see all these metrics, right? Forward PE, 43, trailing PE, 51. It's trading rich right now, guys. There's no other way around it. So for you to be a millionaire with SoFi stock, to actually earn $1 million in profits, that's kind of what I'm talking about when I'm saying, will it make you a millionaire, right? Not if you put 200K in and at 5Xs, you get to $1 million, right? So price to book at 4.53 is pretty high for a bank. Price to sales closing in on 10, very, very, very high. I don't think that's sustainable long term, right? But I do think that the growth is sustainable, right? If we look on an annual basis, the growth looks really, really good. I think we could grow like this for 2, 3, 4 years in the future, right? And continue to grow our market cap. But if there is a sell-off, that is a great opportunity to get in. Because if you say you get in at $15 per share, right? All those metrics we're talking about are going to be a lot more in your favor. And say you put 100 grand in the SoFi stock over a couple of years at $15 per share, the chances of it making you a millionaire over time are a lot better than buying at 25. So in my opinion, $25 is pretty rich for SoFi right now with these current metrics, right? I want to buy SoFi stock under $20 per share. I am nibbling off shares in that $23 to $25 range, but I'm only doing so with the profits I make from selling cash secure puts close to the money at $24, $23, right? And as you can see, SoFi continues to execute on a great level, man. The numbers are, look, the year-over-year changes, 200%, 200%, 200%, net margin, EPS, EBITDA. These numbers are remarkable, right? The balance sheet looks pretty good too. Total assets and liabilities are up because we did just do a cash offering, right? So we got to take that into consideration as well. But that could be for an acquisition that will ultimately grow this business more over time. So there's a lot that goes into whether or not SoFi stock can make you a millionaire, right? You know, they go back to the economy, which is very true. The latest Bureau of Labor Stats, BLS jobs report, showed that only 22,000 jobs were added in August. That's horrible. And what's happening is tariffs are not a good thing. I don't care if you're the left, right, center, green, blue, red, whatever the hell you want to call yourself. I don't give a shit about that. But the facts are the facts. Tariffs increase prices on businesses, right? And when they increase, prices on businesses, their margins get smaller and they're not going to hire more people. It's just the flat out truth. That's how economics work. No matter what bullshit you hear from anyone, when a company gets tariffs imposed on them, it just increases prices, right? And when you increase prices, the margins get lower. And when you have lower margins, you can't hire more people. The facts are the facts, guys. There's no arguments to be had. That comes on the heels of the BLS data showing that the economy lost 13,000 jobs in June. It's not a good look. As we get closer with unemployment towards 5%, the economy is really going to slow down. If Trump can kind of scale back these tariffs a little bit and keep unemployment under 4.5%, the economy will be just fine long term. But I don't know if he's going to do that or not, man. Tariffs are not paid by the other countries. They're paid by the American businesses importing the goods from other countries, and they're paid in customs, right? So these American companies have to pay these tariffs to get goods from China and other places. And they're not going to change doing that. America can't scale up their manufacturing quick enough to fit demand. So in order to cover those costs, they're either going to raise prices, and when they raise prices, sales are going to slow down, and so is hiring. This is just basic economics, guys. So I'm not left or right. I just call it like I see it. And that's what you need to do as an investor. Take the information that's given to you and make your decisions accordingly, right? So if the economy slows down, that gives us a better opportunity to get in at better prices for SoFi and play the long game. Playing the long game always wins. So for me, buying under $20 a share is ideal. It all depends on how the economy goes over these next 6 to 12 months. That's going to determine where the market goes. Could we see a 10% decrease in like a stock like VOO that covers the overall S&P 500 or VTI, the total stock market index? 100%. And I actually think it's more likely that that's going to happen than this economy and the stock market keeps burning hot. So I'm getting pretty cash heavy in my stock portfolios right now, getting ready for a potential pullback. So I do think SoFi stock is a potential millionaire maker, just not at $25 per share unless you want to put over 6 figures into the stock long term, right? Try to get under 20 bucks per share, sell some cash secured puts, make some premium and buy some shares with that premium, and that lowers your cost basis ultimately for SoFi stock. That's kind of my opinion on where SoFi and the economy are at right now. If you want more SoFi and stock market related videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Peace.